first game of the third day. This is the mummy / best costume game. So we're gonna the materials for this game are the toilet paper. We will give you 2 rolls on the day of, and we're gonna give you a roll of Scotch tape. So that's gonna be the only materials. We will have it ready for you. The way it's gonna work is we're gonna pretend that Dan is actually Jinju, and Yumi can join too. Go here. Yumi, Jinju, and James are the crew, and Dan is the crew leader. So what we will do is we will give Dan a roll of toilet paper and tape. The way it will work is that Dan will ask his crew, would anyone like to volunteer?
Would anyone like to volunteer?
No.
I volunteer.
No.
So he would pick James. James volunteers. So James volunteers, and now the team together, they're going to dress him up with the toilet paper to make the best kind of mummy. You don't have to do it a specific way, but you want to be creative because at the end we're going to judge it, and you're going to have to tell everyone else why your mummy is the best. So all you're going to have is toilet paper and tape. We're going to give them 10 minutes, so you guys can go ahead and do what you want to do. So go ahead. We're going to have the crew present to all the other crews why their mummy is the best. So Jinju and Yumi would talk to and show everyone else James. So they would present James.
This is James, yeah.
And why is James the best mummy?
Look at those stripes, though.
Okay.
You know?
So they have stripes, and the important thing is that the crew leader must be, the crew leader must dispense the tape modestly, and the kids will have to ask for tape because they probably will rip the toilet paper as they wrap it, so they will need tape, but we want the crew leader to moderate the amount of tape that's given out. So that's that. All right, the second game for the third day is telephone, which it says parentheses teaches kids patience. So the way this is going to work is very simple. The only thing is that crew leaders, please sit with your kids. We want the game to run smoothly. Some of these phrases might be hard, and we also want to make sure that the message is only whispered once. That's the big thing. We don't want them saying it over and over. We want them to just whisper it one time. So let's say this is the crew. So then they will sit in a circle. So the way it will work is that the station leader, myself, we will give a message to one student, and they will start with the message. They will be different by grade. 4th through 5th grade will have harder ones. For example, tongue twisters like Sally sells seashells by the seashore, and then 3rd graders would have a little easier things like Krusty Krab pizza or Big Bull, Bad Bull. So the way it'll work is that I will whisper the message to Yumi, and she will pass it on to the person to the right. So Yumi will pass it on to Dan. So okay, and now because it got to the last person who was on the left of the starting person, she will say it out loud, and then if it's the same, then they did it right. So please say the phrase.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Nice.
Yes, that was right. They got it right. So we will give them different types.
Yay.
So the only other thing is that the younger they are, the phrases will be easier. So let's say I give Yumi God is good, and it goes all the way around, and then Jinju says God is good, then they will finish. So the only variation will be the phrase. That's it for the telephone game. This is our next game. This is the human knot. Crew leaders, you just have to show the kids an example of how it's played. That's it. It's really simple, but it can get frustrating, and I usually cheat when I play this game. So this is the human knot. All we're going to do is everyone's going to stand in a circle, and you're going to hold hands with someone else in the circle. You can't hold hands with the person standing directly next to you. Which that'll make it hard because there's only 3 of us. Then you can't let go. So then after you have everyone tied up, you want to climb out or bend or twist, and you want to untangle the circle. So all right,
I'm so
great.
proud of you guys.
All right, so that's the human knot. It will be a lot harder when you have 8 people or so.